Hey guys, today it is time for my last empties of the year. I have 3 months worth of beauty empties to share today and almost 30 products actually, which is a lot. So I'm going to try to be as quick and concise as possible, but no promises. Let's start with some makeup empties because those are always exciting. I did finish up the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer and I loved this primer. This is like the ideal combination of hydrating and gripping. So it did have a little bit of a tacky feel on the skin and it helped just keep my makeup in place all day, but it also kept it from getting dry and cakey looking throughout the day. They don't sell this anymore. I know they did bring it back earlier this year, but I'm not convinced they actually did bring it back. Did anyone actually buy it when they said they were bringing it back? Because every time I've gone to link it throughout this whole year, it's always just said coming soon or something. But I do want to try the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I can't decide whether I should get the regular one or the one with niacinamide, but I know that one is supposed to be really similar to this, so that's probably the one I'll try next. I also finally finished the Urban Decay Hydramaniac foundation, and as is usually the case with foundations that I use up all the way, over the course of the 3 years that I had this, my opinion changed on it like 2 or 3 times. I went from really loving this in the beginning to then going through a phase where my skin was extra dry when I first started Tretinoin for like a year or so there. My skin was just insanely dry. Then it kind of normalized a little bit and I went back to really enjoying it, especially when used along with the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer. These two together are beautiful. Basically, this is a dewy, light to medium coverage foundation that I think would really be best if you have normal skin, maybe normal to mildly dry skin, but if you have very dry skin or a lot of texture, it does feel hydrating, but at the same time, it doesn't always lay the best on top of dry patches or really textured skin. It also doesn't have great staying power, and I was realizing on the packaging it says up to 24-hour wear, which usually I just ignore those claims because they're usually bogus anyway, but to call this a 24-hour wear foundation is pretty ridiculous to me because it does definitely start to break down by like the 6 to 8 hour mark. Most things that are marketed as a skin tint or like this type of product don't have the best staying power, and I think that's fine, but I just wish they wouldn't claim that it does have great staying power because it really is just pretty average, or pretty much what you'd expect from a dewy skin tint. But I would say if you want to try something like this, I would recommend the LYS Triple Fix foundation over this one because it is cheaper and it has a very similar look on the skin, but I don't have that same problem with it looking bad over dry patches. Like, it actually does wear nicely on dry skin. Speaking of LYS, I did finish the Triple Fix translucent setting powder from them. I've liked pretty much everything I've tried from LYS, but this powder I did find kind of disappointing. To me, it was really just a powder. You know, like there was nothing really that special about it. The other thing was that it did oxidize my makeup a little bit, and it also looked pretty dry on the under eyes, so I could really only use this on the rest of my face. And I liked the look and the finish of this on my skin. Like, it worked just fine. It got the job done, but I definitely don't think I would repurchase this. I like the CoverGirl Clean Fresh pressed powder a lot more. That one's really similar to this one, and it's cheaper and it comes with more product. Also from my project pan, I can't believe I finally finished this. This is the Burt's Bees Gloss Lip Crayon in the shade Santorini Sunrise. Really nice, peachy, nude lip crayon. Kind of like somewhere between a tinted balm and a regular lipstick in terms of opacity. Like, it wasn't, like, it was semi-sheer, but not as sheer as like your average tinted lip balm. Did have a little bit of a glossy finish as well. I thought this was nice. I really enjoyed it while I had it, but I don't think I would get it again. Also have 2 mascaras here. First up was the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara. I feel like I was the last person to try this mascara, and I did like what it did for my lashes. I did find it volumizing, kind of fluttery. It had like a buildable volume that I liked. Unfortunately, this did smudge on me, not as bad as some other like really smudgy mascaras, but still enough that, you know, it would transfer. Even if I only had it on my top lashes, it would still transfer down to my lower lash line a lot of the time. So even though I liked the look it had on my lashes, I don't feel like I would need to get it again. Also kind of random, but this smells like a granola bar, like a fruity berry granola type of thing. At first I found it jarring. I kind of grew to enjoy the scent because, you know, it doesn't smell bad, but just kind of weird for a mascara. Like, did they put food in here? Another example of mascara that I liked everything about except for the fact that it was actually a flaker, so it wasn't a smudger, but it was a flaker. This is the Ciate London Triple Shot XXL Mascara. This gave my lashes the look that I love. It made them look super long and dramatic, but unfortunately it was flaky, and it got more flaky the longer I had it open, so I wouldn't get this again either. Another thing, I feel like I was the last person on earth to try this. This is the AOA Paw Paw Sponge from Shop Miss A, and I definitely plan on repurchasing because this is an amazing sponge and it only costs $1.55. So I'm definitely planning on buying more, and they do sell like a 6-pack or something, so I'm probably just gonna get that one because this is a really nice sponge, very soft and bouncy. Really, probably the most similar thing I've found to an actual beauty blender. I mean, obviously the color and the shape is really similar. I won't say it has the exact same texture as a beauty blender, but it has a really similar, like, soft, bouncy feel to it. Mine did start to tear after using it for a few months. I would say probably about 10 washes in was when I started to get a little bit of tearing, but it even lasted quite a while after that. I probably could keep using it, but when we were in Vegas, I dropped this on the hotel carpet. So that was the point where I decided it's probably just time to retire this because I don't want to use it after it's been on the carpet in a hotel room. But loved this sponge and cannot wait to get more of them because you quite literally can't beat the price. Like, this is as economical as they come, and it's actually a really good sponge. Another makeup adjacent product I finished was the Sigmagic Brush Shampoo Foam, and I used this up because I had it and it got the job done, but it really wasn't the most effective at cleaning, especially more dense brushes that I use with foundations or cream cheek products. I would sometimes have to go over them 2 or 3 times with this brush shampoo to get them fully clean. So wasn't my favorite, and I'll be going back to just using my Dr. Bronner's bar soap because it's super effective and it's only $5. Moving on to some skincare now, I have this Glow Recipe Blueberry Bounce Gentle Cleanser that I finished. This I ended up using up as a chest and upper back cleanser in the shower. I always, as the last step of my shower routine, I cleanse my upper chest and back where I am prone to acne, just in case I get any like conditioner residue from my hair, to clean that and get rid of that. And I do feel like it helps cut down on my body acne. So that's what I use this for. Otherwise, it really just seemed like a pretty basic gel cleanser. I really don't think you need to spend money on a high-end gel cleanser like this because I feel like gel cleansers are kind of all the same, you know? A sunscreen that I finished, this is the Dear Klairs All Day Airy Sunscreen, and this is a Korean chemical sunscreen, so it is completely invisible on the skin, no white cast, doesn't smell like sunscreen, really doesn't feel like sunscreen. It does have a nice dewy finish, does feel pretty hydrating. I would say if you have oily skin, you might find this a little bit too shiny, but I really enjoyed it on my skin, and this was definitely among probably my top 10 sunscreens of all time. Like, it really was that good, but I don't think I would get it again just because I have found other really similar Korean sunscreens that are a little bit cheaper. Okay, this is something I received in PR that I never would have bought myself just because I really don't use serums that much, but this is the Philosophy Dose of Wisdom Bouncy Skin Reactivating Serum, and I ended up using this up on my neck and chest because, like I said, I don't really use serums on my face very often at all. Otherwise, you know, this just felt like a hydrating serum to me. It really didn't feel like anything that revolutionary necessarily. This smells really good. I think, you know, a lot of Philosophy products, I think that they all have a scent to them. And this does smell really good, but definitely kind of a strong perfumey scent for a skincare product, I have to say. Kind of liked it on my neck though, because I could smell it like after I applied it and it smelled good, almost like a perfume. And this also has like a microfine shimmer to it, which wasn't really apparent on the skin unless you looked up super close, but definitely gives a bit of a glow. So that's really all I can say about that. But I did look at the price tag of this and it is very steep. I don't think you need to spend that much on just a hydrating serum. I finally used up this tube of tretinoin. This is the Tretinoin Cream at 0.05%. It's a prescription. It takes me forever to go through these big tubes. I think it took me like a year and a half. I barely made it to the expiration date on here, but I've been using tretinoin actually for 2.5 years now. But this time around, I asked my doctor if I could get the 0.025% instead of the 0.05, because I just wanted to see if my skin handled that a little bit better, because I just feel like the 0.05 has been really harsh on my skin. This is the percentage that I have been using from the beginning, but I do find with the 0.025%, my skin is tolerating it much better. I feel like I'm still getting the same benefits, but I'm able to use it more often, and my skin is just much less easily sensitized now, so really wish I had switched sooner to the lower percentage. Also used up a moisturizer here. This is the Versed Recovery Mode Advanced Night Cream, and I really loved this moisturizer. It was very rich moisturizing. I felt like it was very repairing to my skin barrier. Very gentle as well, so if my skin was feeling sensitized, I felt like this calmed it down. It has one of those like pump tops, so you press it down and it comes out through the middle. Oh, I guess there was a tiny bit that came out, which I like that type of packaging because I feel like it's just very sanitary. I would definitely get this again, but it seems like they're either discontinuing this or restocking because it is out of stock everywhere right now, which is weird. Like, it kind of seems like they are discontinuing it, but I don't even think this has been out for that long, so I don't see why they would do that, but I would definitely get it again if they had it. This is also now discontinued from Verse, but this has been discontinued for a while. This is the Fix Emergency Eye Mask from them. This was kind of like a thick eye gel, and it felt really refreshing on my under eyes. But as far as the benefits of it, I couldn't really tell if this was doing more for me than if I had just used my moisturizer on my under eyes. Nathan used this one up. This is the Glow Recipe Plum Plump Hyaluronic Cream. I think this is the second one of these that he's used up, and I noticed this gave his skin a really nice like glass skin glow, and he really enjoyed it. I felt like when I tried this, it just wasn't quite hydrating enough for me. It does feel kind of like a gel cream, which I just prefer something a little bit more rich. So not my preferred moisturizer, but he really liked it. And this actually is a refillable jar, so you can pop out the insert and then put another one in. They sell these individually. I also finished up a lash serum. This is the Ordinary Multi-Peptide Lash and Brow Serum. I loved this. I have had this tube open since April, and then I'm just now finishing it, so I got about 8 months of use out of it, and it's only like $14, so pretty good deal for a lash serum. I'm already onto my second tube of it. At first I was only using it on my lashes, but I did start using it on my brows like within the last like 3 or 4 months. But I really do notice my lashes and brows both grow faster, and they grow a lot fuller when I'm using this, so I'm going to keep using this. I'm already onto my second tube of it, and yeah, it's just great for such a great price too. These were the Walgreens touch-up razors, so they're like the facial razors. This was my first try at dermaplaning, so this is the only facial razor that I've tried before. It turns out I do love having a smooth shaven face. Like getting rid of all the peach fuzz really does make a difference with just how well my makeup sits on my skin. Like I feel like it just looks so much smoother. It wears better throughout the day, so it does make a big difference. The thing is, I didn't love how the blades on these were almost like serrated in a way. Like they weren't just a smooth blade, they had ridges to them, and they felt very abrasive on my skin. Like I said, this was my first try with facial razors, so are they all like that? I don't know. But they did feel a little abrasive, so I was always kind of hesitant to use them, and I felt like they would kind of mess up my skin barrier afterwards, and I'd have to make sure to not use any actives on my skin for like a couple days before and after using these. So I definitely wouldn't get these exact ones again, but I am willing to keep trying with dermaplaning because like I said, it really does make a big difference. All right, that's all the skincare. Let's get into hair care now. So I used up another one of the Dove Dryness and Itch Relief anti-dandruff shampoos. I think I've been through like 3 or 4 of these. This has been my go-to shampoo through all of 2023, but I actually think I've found a different shampoo routine. I say routine because there are actually 2 shampoos, and those are actually both empty right now, so I'll talk about those after this. But I like this a lot because it smells really good. A lot of dandruff shampoos just don't smell good, so it has a really nice clean scent, and it doesn't feel like it dries out my hair, and it does help cut down on dandruff as well. But after I ran out of this one, we still had this other dandruff shampoo in our shower, so I wanted to use this one up. This is the Jason Anti-Dandruff 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. So I actually at first didn't like this at all because to me, having a 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner makes no sense. Like, why would you need to have both of those? Like, one of them you put on your scalp, the other one you put on your ends. You're not really supposed to put conditioner on your scalp. So for the longest time, I was just like, I don't like this. Like, it doesn't even really feel like a shampoo. It really does feel like a cross between a shampoo and a conditioner. But I ended up actually using this along with kind of double shampooing with this and then following it with the Suave Daily Clarifying Shampoo because on its own, this just doesn't make my scalp feel clean. So I ended up actually using this more as a scalp mask, just kind of treating it like that. So I would just work it all over my scalp, massage it in, and then let it sit for a couple of minutes, which is what you're supposed to do with any dandruff shampoo. So I would let it sit, then rinse it out, and then follow it with this Suave Daily Clarifying Shampoo. And this was my daily shampoo combo for a good stretch of like 2 or 3 weeks there, and I was loving it. Like, my scalp has never felt so clean. The Suave Daily Clarifying Shampoo is amazing. This is the only clarifying shampoo I've tried that doesn't dry out my hair, and I actually was using this daily for a while there, and I felt like my hair was softer and healthier than ever before. But when I ran out of both of these, I haven't repurchased either of them yet. I definitely plan on repurchasing the Suave, but in the meantime, I have gone back to just using the Dove shampoo as my only shampoo. And I feel like what I've realized with this is that because it is a moisturizing formula, I don't feel like it really deeply cleans my scalp very well, which is actually really important if you have dandruff, to really cleanse the scalp and remove oil and buildup and stuff. So I do want to reintroduce the Suave one and try the double shampoo method with both of these, because I think really what I'm missing is that clarifying shampoo, but this will still give me the active ingredient that I need to cut down on dandruff. So that is where I'm at right now with my hair care journey. But yeah, double shampooing. I do feel like when I double shampoo, I don't have to shampoo as often. Like I can go every other day instead of every day, and my hair doesn't get nearly as greasy as it otherwise does. So that's really what tells me that I don't think my scalp is getting fully clean the way I want it when I'm just using this shampoo. Something from Dove I did not like. This is the Ultra Care Milk Gel Conditioner. This is actually the conditioner that made me realize that I'm allergic to this ingredient methyl isothiazolinone. I watch a dermatologist on YouTube, Dr. Dre, and she talks about that ingredient a lot. Apparently it's used a lot, especially in cheaper hair care and body care products as a preservative, but a lot of people are allergic to it or become allergic to it after using it in products for a long time. And she said in one of her videos that a lot of people, they react to it in hair products, but the first place they notice a reaction is on the ears and eyelids. You'll end up getting like a dermatitis, basically, like itchy, inflamed skin, which I was having these on and off bouts of itchy eyelids especially, but also my ears too were getting kind of dry and itchy. Lo and behold, when I was using this, I started to get the itchy eyelids again. So I ended up letting Nathan use up the rest of this, but the few times I did use it, I really wasn't that impressed. I didn't really like the gel. It has like a milk gel texture, and I just didn't feel like it was very hydrating to my hair at all. Like it just didn't really do that much for my hair, and it also had a really strong like floral perfume scent that was just, it was kind of a lot. Okay, this looks kind of weird, but this was actually a conditioner bar from Kitsch. It was their rice water conditioner bar, and I also have the shampoo, which isn't fully finished yet. I actually liked this conditioner bar more in Seattle when we were living there, because Seattle has insanely soft water. I actually really don't like having really soft water. I know that sounds backwards, but I just felt like I could never fully rinse products out of my hair because of how soft the water was, which is actually why I liked this conditioner so much there, is because this was a very lightweight, thin conditioner. Like you would basically, you would store it in this and you could hang it up in your shower. So you would just get it wet inside the bag, and then you could just paint it onto your hair, or you could take the bar out and put it on that way. But I liked it because it really didn't feel super thick, and I felt like I was really able to rinse all of it out. And it also still left my hair feeling really nice and soft, especially with the soft water. But now that our water is a little bit harder, I just wasn't loving it as much. Like I just felt like my hair still felt kind of dry when I used this. So not my favorite now, but if you have really soft water, or you just need something that's not going to weigh your hair down, I did think this was really nice. Now for some body care, I do have two body washes here. Both of these I just felt very meh about. Didn't really love either one. This one was the Suave Cocoa Butter and Shea Moisturizing Body Wash, really big bottle, so it lasted us a while. I really only got this because it was super cheap at grocery outlet, and it smelled better in the bottle when I smelled it in the store than it did when I got home and actually used it. I just feel like it kind of has a scent of like public restroom hand soap. It's a fine smell, but it's not really a scent that I would choose for my body care. So didn't really love using that, but we used it up, and of course it got the job done. I kind of felt the same way about this one. This is the Dial Pamper and Indulge Marula Oil Body Wash. This is another one that smells better in the bottle than it does actually on the skin. Other than that, of course, it got the job done, but I wouldn't repurchase this. Some body lotions. This one is amazing. This is definitely one of my top body lotion recommendations. This is the Bliss Cloud 9 body lotion, and this was in the Pink Blossom and Water Lily scent, which I really liked. It was just a very soft, clean smelling, lightly floral scent, really pleasant. This is a great body lotion if you want something that sinks in quickly and that doesn't leave behind like a heavy, sticky residue on the skin. But even though it doesn't leave behind a residue, it still leaves my skin feeling really soft and moisturized. So really nice, especially in the summertime when I don't want to have like a really heavy body lotion on. I really enjoy these. Then we also have the Osea Undaria Collagen Body Lotion. This is nice. I just feel like it's overpriced for what it is. Like it's just I don't know, it's like a $50 body lotion. It has kind of like a runny texture, so it does sink in quickly, which is nice. I do feel like it leaves a little bit more of a residue than the Bliss one. Like it does feel a bit more occlusive and emollient on the skin. I feel like I'm just getting kind of tired of the same citrus scent that Osea uses in like all of their products. I don't know why they only have that one scent, because I feel like I would be a lot more excited about these body lotions if they came in you know, just a handful of other scents to choose from, because I'm just not the biggest fan of a citrus scent, especially in a body product. It just doesn't feel very luxurious to me, even though this is a very like fancy product. But I just wish they would expand their line of scents, because I think people would really enjoy having like just a few other options. And then the very last thing is a deodorant. I have gone through so many of these in my lifetime. This is the Certain Dry Everyday Strength Clinical Solid Antiperspirant. This has been my go-to antiperspirant for years. Really works. The only thing is, same complaint. I wish that this came in more scents. It just comes in this one morning fresh scent is what they call it. It smells fine, it smells clean, but now that I'm purchasing from Dove, I really want to try more of their deodorants, because I know they have a bunch of scents in their line, and I think they're around the same price point as these, if not a little bit cheaper. So right now I'm using the Dove Sensitive deodorant, which doesn't really have much of a smell to it. And I like it. I think it works pretty well. It's not quite as heavy duty as this one, but it gets the job done. But I do want to try some of the other Dove deodorants, because I've heard really good things and I'm just kind of ready for a change, you know. But this one is really good. I would recommend it, especially if you're looking for like a clinical strength antiperspirant. But that is everything. Stay tuned, because I will have my end of year makeup empties coming soon. I've been saving all of my empty makeup packaging for the entire year so that we can go through it at the end and see everything I used up. So that'll be fun. Very excited about that. But thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you had fun. If you did, be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do also have a Patreon and a channel membership if you're interested in supporting my channel further. Otherwise, I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and I will talk to you again very soon in my next video. Bye!